Alright, so here is a Data East MPU, and go ahead and get this thing powered up, or at least attempt to. And as you can see, we get a new boot, so we'll watch the LEDs there again, so we can see what it looks like to be an attempted boot. And the first thing that I had noticed on this board was that we have a Ramtron 1608 in place here on the board. And from my experience with these things is that, you know, sometimes they work, and you know, I can almost bet that if I put this into a Williams board, we possibly get the game to boot. But a lot of times with the Data East games, about I'd say 40 to 50% of them actually work, just from my experience alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that swapped out here, and we'll get back on to... Alright, so back on the bench, and what I did is I've got a NV RAM installed here on the board, which is one of the modules that I make, and I've also swapped out the socket. I did replace the 470 UF filter capacitor as well as the 47 UF filter capacitor, and replace the power input header. And we'll go ahead and get this thing powered up, and we'll watch the LEDs. And as you can see, they are operating correctly, and we do actually get a full boot. Again, back to these Ramtrons. These things are rated for an ungodly amount of read rates, and I mean, they're rated as far as, you know, how their lifespan as well. But for some reason, in these Data East boards, you know, they just, I don't know if it's just stuck memory. I've tried clearing them in my, I've got an NV RAM tester from, oh goodness. Let me grab it. It is the Inquisitor Lock-When Lit NV or RAM tester, SRAM tester, and I've tried, you know, clearing them, stuff like that, and it doesn't seem to work with them. But like I said, some of them do work. You know, they're rated for a ridiculous amount of read rates and everything else there, so you know they should work. But unfortunately, with Data East is where I see most of those issues there. But either way, moving on, we'll get into test here, and I've got a Simpsons ROM installed here on the board. That way we can go ahead and do our full test here. And as you can see, all displays are working correctly. And we're just stepping through the switch matrix, just moving diagonally, testing both rows and switches, and all 64 switches report there, which none are active. And we've got all lamps into all rows, and all the columns, and then the single lamps here as well, which obviously are all working. And moving into flasher test and solenoid test. So the red LED is indicating the A side of the relay, and the blue is indicating the B side of the relay. And then the blue LED here is the AC relay select, which is controlled by the relay here on the test board. And this is moving into the special solenoids, which with the Simpsons are also switch controlled, and those are all working correctly. And that actually concludes the test, so we are back up and running 100%. So thank you so much.